ROG Strix Z390i Gaming, best cheap Intel Mini ITX motherboard. With the recent fall in prices in the previous model, based on the Z370 chip, beginning to disappear from the market, the Asus ROG Strix Z390i Gaming wins first place in the ITX segment. Despite its small size, the ROG Strix Z390i Gaming offers excellent performance. Capable of stable 5 GHz overclocking and memory speeds that can reach 3600 MHz, its single PCIe x 16 slot can push high-end graphics cards at speeds that match or exceed most other Z390 motherboards. The small Strix also has a long list of features, including 2 3rd-gen PCIe M.2 slots, Wi-Fi AC, and the ALC1220A audio codec. If all this wasn't already enough, its clean design also allows for a quick assembly. While it's getting harder to find, the previous generation ROG Strix Z370i remains a great alternative, especially at a discounted price. MSI Meg Z490 Godlike, best premium Intel motherboard. Premium motherboards cost a small fortune, but if you can afford one like the MSI Meg Z490 Godlike, you can rest assured that you'll get the best possible performance, at least among Intel's range. The Godlike is in fact the best Z490 motherboard, and the best Intel motherboard yet. It has a solid build, it's easy to install and customize, offers excellent thermal performance, and has extraordinary overclocking possibilities. It is very similar to the previous Z390 Godlike, but boasts the new Z490 chipset, that implements newer features like 10 Gigabit Ethernet, 3 3rd-gen PCIe M.2 slots, each with its own M.2 heat shield, and Thunderbolt 3 Type-C connectivity. This motherboard also sports Mystic Light RGB, and an OLED display showing all debugging codes and temperatures. We also find 2 buttons for USB BIOS flashback and CMOS reset. If you think that you will use all of its extra features, then this is definitely the best Intel motherboard you can buy right now. Asus ROG Strix Z390e Gaming, best Intel motherboard. If you are looking for the best Z390 motherboard for your high-end gaming PC, then look no further than the Asus ROG Strix Z390e Gaming. This ATX motherboard supports Intel's 8th and 9th generation CPUs, and features 2 M.2 slots, 2nd generation USB 3.1 ports, addressable RGB, built-in AC Wi-Fi, and sports a cutting-edge thermal design, with M.2 slot heatsinks, and glorious Aura RGB lighting, that give it a fantastic look. Overclocking performance is also best in class, with Asus including its Pro Clock technology, which makes overclocking a child's play. The Z390e also features 3 3rd-gen PCIe lanes, and support for multi-GPU configurations, 2-way SLI and 3-way Crossfire X. You can also install up to 64 GB of DDR4 memory in dual-channel mode, and overclock it up to a maximum of 4266 MHz. Yes, it's an expensive motherboard, but the build quality, features, and aesthetics are something to be marveled at, and definitely worth the price. MSI MPG Z390M Gaming Edge AC, best Intel Micro ATX motherboard. If you want a good Intel motherboard, but don't have much space on your desk, then you'll need the best Micro ATX motherboard you can find, i.e. the MSI MPG Z390M Gaming Edge AC. It has all the features offered by a full-size ATX model, but at a fraction of the size and price. It comes with a Z390 chipset, some useful extra features, and RGB lighting. Despite its smaller size, you get the same 2 M.2 slots, support for SLI and Crossfire configurations, and all the performance Intel's Coffee Lake refresh processors have to offer. ASRock Z390 Phantom Gaming, best Intel Mini ITX motherboard. Even if you'll never use the Thunderbolt 3 port, it's hard to not praise a motherboard that does everything better than the competition, and can be found at a lower price. If you are looking for a mini ITX motherboard to pair with a high-end Intel processor, such as the Intel Core i9-9900K, the Z390 Phantom Gaming should be your first choice. MSI B450 Tomahawk, best AMD motherboard for most users. If you intend to build a mid to high-end AMD PC, the B450 Tomahawk is the best choice for most users. It offers some high-end features, such as the possibility of light overclocking, and support for AMD dual graphics card configurations connected in Crossfire. Essentially, you get everything you need from a mid-range motherboard, with the addition of quality VRMs and large heatsinks that can handle even a slightly overclocked Ryzen 9 3950X processor without problems. In the end, if you don't need multiple M.2 slots, or support for a 4th Gen PCIe slot, and don't want to pay a fortune for a solid AM4 motherboard, the B450 Tomahawk is your best choice right now. Asus X570 ROG Crosshair 8 Hero, best high-end AMD motherboard. While this choice may seem a bit expensive for most of you, the quality of this motherboard is simply unparalleled. The Asus ROG Crosshair 8 Hero is an excellent premium motherboard that offers many high-end features at a lower price. Not only does it have all the features you would expect from a premium board, but it also uses the latest AMD chipset. Gigabyte X570 Aorus Extreme, best AMD motherboard. If you're building a PC using a high-end 3rd generation Ryzen processor, and you want to pair it with the best motherboard ever, then you won't find a better one than the Gigabyte X570 Aorus Extreme. Its AM4 socket is designed to handle extreme core clocks, and cover the power needs of even the most demanding 3rd generation Ryzen processor. The X570 chipset is also equipped with full support for 4th Gen PCIe, and graphics cards such as the AMD Radeon RX 5700 and 5700 XT. In addition, each individual port is tilted to a 90-degree angle, to make cable management even easier, and you'll also find a ton of RGB lights on board. Asus ROG Strix X470i Gaming, best AMD Mini ITX motherboard. Big things can come in small packages. Everything we find in this small motherboard is designed with performance in mind. This extends to the BIOS, where you can find a stress test for overclocking even before launching Windows. In addition, despite the Mini ITX form factor, the Asus ROG Strix X470i Gaming comes with 2 M.2 slots, and sports a fantastic look, complete with RGB lighting. It is not cheap, but with regards to other Mini ITX motherboards, it is more than worth the price,